Hello everybody, this is Chris and this is Max. Today we're going to take a quick look at a game called Welcome to the Dungeon. It's a 2 to 4 player game, but I've played it with more than 4 people. It still works, but it's most fun with around 4. I don't think it's too fun with 2 players, but it's pretty good. Let's hand it over to Max. Max, how do you play this game?
You choose a hero and then get all his equipment, and then you start putting monsters in the dungeon.
Okay, let's go first with choose a hero. What are our choices? What can we choose for a hero?
We can choose...
Do you know what they're called? Just tell them what they are and I'll show them to the camera.
Barbarian, Wizard, Warrior, and
It's a Rogue.
Rogue.
Okay, let me see. So we have 4 choices of a hero. These guys here. Standard Barbarian, Mage, Warrior, and a Rogue. Warrior's a little more like a Paladin, but anyways. So, you get some starting equipment, right?
Yeah.
And, for example, you have some armor and some weapons and stuff like that. Now, so we've chosen a hero. Let's say we chose the Barbarian.
Yeah.
And we got all his equipment ready, and we put him on the table. Does each player choose their own hero?
No.
So what happens? How what do you mean? There's only one hero?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Everyone chooses a hero, and then someone will have to take him in the dungeon.
Okay. So it's one hero for all the players.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And then what else is there to do? Like, now that we've chosen a hero, what do we do?
Then we take turns picking up monster cards, stuff, and you choose to look at yourself, and you choose to put him in the dungeon or not. If you put him in the dungeon, you just put him in another pile. If you don't, you put it beside you, and then you take the hero's one of his equipment.
Okay, so this is kind of like a bluffing game to it. We have a big deck of monsters, okay? And I'll let Max talk about some of the monsters later. But you get the deck of cards. So I get the deck of cards, and I look at the top card, and I decide if I think this monster should go into the dungeon. And later, the hero will eventually go into this dungeon that we built. If I don't want it, then I have to sacrifice one of the hero's equipment in order to not send this card into the dungeon. So we're past the deck back and forth, choosing to either put the monster in the dungeon or not. And then what happens?
And then, if someone say, I don't want to do anything now, he can't say, oh, I want to keep doing it now. He can't. He just basically wait until everybody's, saying you're playing with 4 players, until all 3 of them say, I don't want to put more cards inside the dungeon, and the people didn't say he doesn't want to. He's still trying to take cards and put them in the dungeon. He's the one that's going to take the guy in the dungeon.
Okay. So what he means is, when you get the deck of cards, you have 2 choices. One is you can look at the card, or you can pass. If you pass, then you've decided that the dungeon is too dangerous, in your opinion, for the hero and the equipment that he has left. But as soon as you look at the card, then you have to take a choice to either put the monster in the dungeon or remove one of his equipment. And as people start passing, eventually there's one person left who has no choice but to take the hero into the dungeon. Now, let's say you are the hero. Mm-hmm. You are the one who's chosen to take the hero into the dungeon. Everyone else passed and you're left, and you have this pile of monsters. How do you take the hero into the dungeon?
Then you flip up the first card.
So you take the monster card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the dungeon deck. And you flip it over, and now I look at it, it's a golem, and he has a hammer and a 5. What do these things mean?
The hammer has the barbarian has this hammer.
Okay, sure. Okay, and what does that mean?
They both have, the hammer has this symbol at the top, and then this golem has the symbol on the top, so this hammer can kill this golem.
Okay, so this is like instant kill golems. Okay. So if the barbarian still had the hammer and I flipped over the golem, then the golem's dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's say I flip over the next card and we get a what's this?
Goblin.
What's an orc? Yeah, goblins are small. It's an orc. And now the orc has a torch and a 3. What does this 3 mean?
That means how many hit points he does to attack.
Okay. So the hero will always fight the monsters and kill the monsters. But first the monster has a chance to damage the hero. Mm-hmm. And if he does 3 damage to the hero, then what happens?
Then he does like he has 4 hit points and plus his armor, like a shield and armor, and so he does 3 damage. And at the stuff at the bottom there's numbers. So numbers like does how much damage it protects the barbarian.
Okay, yeah. So I see. So this orc does 3 damage and this shield is 3. So if you flip over this orc and you can't kill it with some sort of tools, then you lose your shield, basically. Yeah. And then after you've lost all your armor and you lose your hero, then you lose and you die and you don't succeed in the dungeon. It's okay. We won't talk about all the different equipment today. So if you don't kill all the monsters in the dungeon deck, then you lose. And what happens after you lose?
You get like some of these cards, and at the start they're white, right? You flip it to the white side, and then when you die one time, you turn it to the red. And then when you die again, then you're out.
Okay. Now what happens if you are successful and you're able to kill all the monsters in the deck?
You will get this. If you get 3 or like 2, how much you want to get to win the game, it's okay. So how much you want to get to win the game, then you choose how much of this you get, then you win the game.
Okay, yeah. So this is a way of deciding how long the game maybe can go. You can say, oh, you win 1. As soon as somebody gets one of this, it's game over, and then we stop playing. Or 2 or 3. And you can increase the length of the playtime by giving more goals. You need to take the hero into the dungeon more times successfully in order to be the champion. Okay, so that pretty much covers the game. You have a deck of monsters. You're each drafting a card and deciding to put it into the dungeon or not. And then you send a hero into the dungeon and hopefully kill all the monsters just through surviving, not dying all his hit points, or using his magical items and so forth. Now, what do you like about this game?
It's fun. Sometimes you get that trick that you put a dragon inside and you took a goblin out with the dragon spear, and then you just get
so you talk about little tricky things. And what he's talking about is you can put a small little goblin. Let's say you say, oh, I don't want to put the goblin inside it. And you take away the magic weapon that kills the dragon. And then on your next turn you put the dragon in. Then you know that, oh, he's going to get killed in that dungeon, so they don't go. You say, oh, I pass on your next turn. And then it's fun because you know the next guy's going to get destroyed. And sometimes it comes very close, down to the last monster. And you flip it over and you don't know it's either going to kill you or it doesn't kill you. So there's a lot of excitement inside it, right? So what do you don't like about this game?
I think there's always have to have strong monsters and weak monsters. Because sometimes you get all strong monsters. Some people will think it's not fair, and some people will get all weak monsters, and some people will think it's not fair.
Okay, so what he's talking about is there's a little bit of a luck factor in there because you don't know all the cards that went into the dungeon. You might have put easy ones in, and he put easy ones in, but you thought he put hard ones in, and then you get to go in, and it's all easy, and you destroy it no problem. Or there's a demon and a dragon and 2 golems, and then you're dead, and there's still a whole bunch of cards left. So there's a little bit of luck inside it that way. My biggest thing is that it is a small game, so it's again it's just a quick game. Like, it's not going to fill up your night with lots of enjoyment, but it's a quality bluffing game, and you can have a lot of fun, especially to warm up with this game or to close out a game evening. I really like it, and I'm a big fan of the theme of monsters and goblins and dragons and warriors and stuff like that. So that's why I really like this game. Anything you want to say more?
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, that's Welcome to the Dungeon. There's actually an expansion called Welcome Back to the Dungeon, but it's not really an expansion, it's a standalone part 2 kind of game. You can combine the cards together a little bit, but it's basically just a part 2 of this game. And that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.